Dear friends, in today's class, we are going to discuss the difference between the sequential and the random access file concepts, why we use random access file, and different random and sequential access file functions. First comes to what is the basic difference between the sequential access and the random access. Remember, in the form of access speed, in sequential access, while the data will be read from a file or write from a file, then the data will be read one after another. Means it is very slow. Whereas in random access file, the data access in the terms of reading and writing are more faster, which represents as sequential access file tend to exhibit slower performance in comparison to random access file. Whereas in contrast to the sequential access file, involve accessing the specific record by reading through all the preceding record in the file. Means if there is 10 record in sequential access file, to access the 10th record, we have to go by 1, 2, 3 till 10. But in random access file, we can directly move from record number 1 to the record number 10, just like the difference between the cassette you are using while listening the music, that is sequential access, whereas while you are reading or writing the data in the CDs or DVDs, suppose one number of song is playing and if you want to 10, you directly press 10, it will directly moves to the 10 number of record. Means we have not to move one after another, means the access speed will be faster in random in comparison to sequential. So far as the access method is concerned, sequential access file access the information one after another, which is time taking, whereas the random access file do not takes maximum time. It randomly moves from one record to another record wherever it may be present in the form of or in the basis of index or the key or the record number. Ordering of record is done in specific order in sequential, whereas the ordering of record in random access file is not in so specific order. Adding record is easy in sequential access, whereas the adding record is complicated and complex in random access. Memory required in sequential access is less, whereas the memory required for the random access is maximum. Sequential access is limited, whereas the random access is flexible. Flexible means wherever we can go, access the record, wherever we can go, add the record, wherever we go, we can change the records. Record size of sequential access are uniform, whereas the record size of the random access can vary, changeable. A record or the file or information organized is done in sequential or linear fashion, whereas in random access file, the file organization or the record organization or the data organization is made in index basis. Example of sequential access file include the text file, whereas the example of random access file are the database file or the spreadsheet. The common example is your telephone diary in your mobile. When you are searching a information alphabetically or numerically, it is sort the information directly from one position to another, which is the simple example of random access. So that is the basic differentiation between the sequential access and the random access. Now we move to why we use random access file. The answer is reading the data from any location in the file very fast. Writing the data from any location of the file is also very fast. Modifying the existing record that is previously present is very fast. Searching the record is very fast. Deleting the record is very fast. So why in modern technology we are using random access file. And for making random access file, so far as the C++ program is concerned, we have to use different function which is termed as random access file function. One is SIGG. What is the work of SIGG? While you are inputting the data or we are reading the data, we have to see what is the current position. SIGG moves the input pointer to the specific location. Means suppose hello RAM, suppose you want to read from the RAM, not hello, then we have to move the specific file pointer to the specific position by the help of your SIGG. What is the work of SIGP? SIGP acts as a right pointer. Means SIGG will use at the time of reading, whereas the SIGP will be used at the time of writing. Means suppose RAM is good, suppose we want to move to the each position, then we have to write the data, then we have to use the help of your SIGP. Then telg is used to return the current file position or the file pointer position while reading the data, whereas the telp is used to reading the current position while writing the data. Means telg will return the current pointer position while data is read. Telp is used to return the current position while the data is write. So 6G, 6P, TELG, TELP, these are known as four different random access file functions that we have to use while interacting with random access file program so far as the C++ is concerned. Then what are the different sequential access file function? Open function, which is used to open the file, what we have discussed in the previous chapters. Close function is used to close the file. Get function is used to read the character or number from a file. Put function is used to write the character or number from a file. Read function is used to read the record from a file. Write function is used to write the record from a file. All those functions are known as your sequential access file function that we have discussed previously. Then in the next classes we are going to discuss and the use of by the help of a program how SIGP, SIGG and TELP, TELG will be working in a program and how it works. I think today's session you will be understanding. It is essential to you. Having any doubt, make the comments. As this session with the previous session as compared is late due to some problem in our sides, we try to continue with sequential approaches of giving you the different learning episodes very quickly. And if you are having any comment, make the comment. If you have not previously liked it, you liked it. Those are not subscribed, kindly subscribe it. Thank you. See you in the next class.